Hello guys, it's coffee time. I'm gonna take a sip first. Love my coffee at my favorite coffee place. So just want to jump on to share with you a conversation I had last night. A friend of mine reached out to me to ask how did I deal with all the vacancies that I had during the worst of COVID. So some of you may or may not know that when COVID hit us hard and fast in March, I basically had at one stage 7 rooms, but had I not filled them quickly, they would have easily have gone way past over 10 rooms to fill at one point in time. And what was my mindset at the time and what was going through my head? So for me, I knew that things were changing fast and very quickly, and it could only be for the worse. And so for me, it was me just dropping rent really, really fast and just try and secure people and put them into the rooms as quickly as possible. Obviously, I can only do the best I can because at one stage it was so scary where people thought people were willing to pay me, let's just say at the time, someone were willing to pay me like $330, right? Because that was the value of the room, that was the worth. But they just didn't have the money. He didn't have a job and just people couldn't pay me, right? In the end, that same room, I ended up renting it out for like $200. A room that used to be $350 right now is renting for $200. If I put it back in the market right now, I'd probably be able to get maybe $250, $280 maybe, but I just don't know. So for me, what's going through my mind at the time, because I had so many rooms, there's a lot of things I can't control. So I can't control what's happening in the market. Hello, Luke. I can't control what's happening with the virus. I can't control the policies that's coming through, like border restrictions, closure of borders. I can't control any of that stuff, right? I can't even control whether I get rent reduction, right? So I did ask for rent reduction, but that's a bit of luck as well. Take it or leave it, the landlord would say, right? So the only thing I could control at the time is my rental. So how much was I willing to rent my rooms out for? So for me, I just start dropping rents every 2 days. If I didn't get any hits and no one contacted me for like 24 to 48 hours, I drop the rent. I drop it like almost like $10, $20, $30 every day. So until I get someone or I get like an influx of people actually contacting me, because I'm in an area where it's meant to be I guess is an area where there's a lot of population. So the fact that if I don't get any hits or any contact, it means that I'm not pricing it right. And at the time, it's not exactly a good way to look at the market competition. So most in a normal market, not COVID, you would be able to go through your competition, look at what your competition is pricing the rooms for, and that can work. But during COVID, and even now, that goes out the window. You're really going to have to feel the market and in some way negotiate with the market like an unseen person. You're negotiating with them. So every day I'll be dropping my rent until I get a few bites, and then I know, okay, because I'm getting some interest, it means that people are actually interested at that price point. And so then I go with that price on for a few more days until I find someone. If I still can't secure someone, I drop it even further. So I even have another room that used to be rented out for $410. Right now I'm getting $310 a week. It's a beautiful room, but it took me 6 weeks to fill that. But for some reason, that room, I have no idea why it took so long, but my other rooms were not as great rooms as that room, but they rent out for more and a lot quicker. So it's just really feeling the market for that particular room, and that was how I was able to fill the rooms very, very quickly. It was very scary, of course, because there was just people fleeing the country, but that's what I did, right? So sometimes where there are things you just can't control and it's so scary during that worst time of COVID, that you just have to do what you can for the things that you can control. And for me in this case was just reducing the rent really quickly, do what I can, push as hard as I can, show the rooms, fill the rooms, and that's how I was able to fill so many rooms. And you know what? I've been filling rooms non-stop since March. and I only probably was able to get a break in the last 2-3 weeks. And you know, I just hope I get this break a little bit longer. I do need a break. I've got Luke saying that Tom Panner's Inner West 2-bedroom unit, 430 per week, down to 295, and still hasn't rented for a month. That's right. Like it's a pretty bad market at the moment. But you know, sometimes it's better to get that $295 a week versus having it vacant for 2 months for $430 a week with a phantom non-existent tenant. So for me, yeah, I'll be one of those people that'll be dropping that rent fast until I get a bite. If it's $295 not working, it'll be $280, $250 even. It's like, come on, you know, because $250 a week, that's like $1,000 a month, versus a donut zero of a rent, right? So hi Gerald. So yeah, so that's how I feel the market. That's how I've been filling rooms. That's how, I guess you can say, negotiate with the market. And I certainly not looking at what the competition is doing, or the market is doing, what they're pricing it at this point. I just price the way I feel it's right. That's right. I thought you liked that one, Luke. Donuts. So anyway, guys, hopefully you find that of value if you are trying to fill a room, whether it's a room or a house. I did exactly the same thing for my rental property a couple of weeks ago. I spoke to the agent after a week of open, no bites. 1 week of open inspection, no bites. No one even put an application. The following week, I dropped it by $25 or $30. Got one application and we got that person in. So you know, you really just you can't wait, especially in this market, because you just never know. Things could get worse and you better be safe than sorry. If things get better, it doesn't matter. So you have a tenant, right, at a lower rent, and after 6 months or so you raise the rent after that. You know, what's the big deal waiting for a little bit longer? Yeah. So alright guys, better go. My coffee is getting cold and it's getting really hot in this car. Alright, bye.